Trust no one seems to be a good quote for the blockchain and cryptocurrency as a whole. With a distinct lack of regulation and this massive Ponzi scheme circus sucking in celebrities to the current NFT craze, it comes as no surprise then to find a documentary like Crypto King. Played out as a delightfully sinister blend of Tinder swindler and Don't FK with cats, this 90-minute documentary dives deep down a rabbit hole of distrust, murder and shock. For anyone who has followed Bitcoin, crypto or NFTs over the past years, crypto and crime synonymously skip happily together hand in hand. There's a lot of foul play going on with WEB3, as typified by the wonderfully uplifting WEB3 Iscoingriot. The story here though isn't broadly about NFTs and crypto as a whole, although I'd highly recommend Anna Olsen's documentary on YouTube called Line Goes Up if you want to know more about this potentially devastating future. However, you don't need to be completely clued up on crypto to become engrossed in this docufilm. In its simplest form, this is a documentary about a cryptocurrency multimillionaire by the name of Gerry Cotten. After founding the company Quadrigix, Canada's largest cryptocurrency exchange, transferring Bitcoin to dollars and vice versa, Bitcoin started to crash. Not long after, Gerry ends up dead in India, presumably suffering the effects of Crohn's disease. His death also takes the keys to unlock over $250 million left in his virtual vault, leaving many very shortchanged. A group of investors then take over the investigation, turning to internet sleuths as they dive deep into Gerry's life, using both white hat, legal, and black hat, not so legal, ways of uncovering the truth. Believing Gerry faked his own death, they set out to recover the funds stolen from them. Netflix's documentary is the perfect length for a story like this, although personally it would have been nice to have another 15 minutes or so to really explain the blockchain and cryptocurrency. Of course, that's nowhere near enough time to explain the obfuscated nature of digital currency, but it would have served a little better to explain the significance of the blockchain and how easy it is to manipulate and scam if you have the right tools and means to do so. If you've read this far, then you know I'm no fan of cryptocurrency and the current Ponzi scheme around NFTs. This documentary actually does a great job showing how easy it is to get sucked into the allure of getting rich quickly. In fact, one of the victims, Tong, even admits that he wanted to get rich quickly and refused to wait around and make money, investing in crypto. Seeing his story along with many others unfold over how they were conned out of 5 or 6 figures is heartbreaking, and the movie does a great job allowing their voices to be heard. Unfortunately, the more crypto is adopted by innocent people, the more these stories will become the norm. Stylistically, Hunt for the Crypto King does well to pepper in a number of text messages, online profiles, emails and all manner of digital records to help give this some authenticity. Much like other Netflix documentaries, this one places a great deal of emphasis on the victims, and while there is some dialogue added for those on Gerry and Jen's, his wife, side, it's the victims who get the lion's share of the voice. Trust no one. The Hunt for the Crypto King is a decent documentary though and well worth checking out. It's a sobering reminder of how dangerous and unpredictable cryptocurrency currently is, and a well-researched docu-film that sheds light on a mysterious and bizarre case. The sudden demise of the Canadian crypto entrepreneur, Gerry Cotten, caught the attention of journalists and internet sleuths. His death was extremely well-timed. Just when his company was in shreds owing to the Bitcoin market crash, Cotten passed away, taking with him the passwords to the e-wallet. Thousands of users lost their money, which was nowhere to be found during the time. People started to speculate about the death. Was he truly dead, or was it a way for him to escape with all the money? Did he die due to Crohn's disease, or did he pull the greatest digital scam ever? Netflix's Trust No One. The Hunt for the Crypto King embarks on a journey to bring forth the truth of the matter. This documentary is an engaging watch with numerous twists and turns. Who was Gerry Cotten? People who knew Gerry Cotten described him as a young man who enjoyed silly pranks and always smiled. No one had ever seen him angry. He was always a happy boy next door guy who had an interest in the digital world. In 2013, Cotten launched Quadrigix, a Bitcoin exchange company located in Canada. As a result, Cotten became the face of the rising interest in the new form of transaction. He was a young entrepreneur who lived the digital nomad life, attending meetings from every corner of the world. While life seemed good for Cotten during the digital currency boom, it also brought him to his knees once it started to crash. Users were trying to get their money back, but were unable to do so. The site eventually stopped responding, and the company ceased to operate. At the time when the company collapsed, it owed its users both cash and cryptocurrency, a combined value of $215 million. People who lost their money started to express their doubts regarding Cotten's death. The fact that he died in Jaipur, India, while setting up a charitable organization, sounded all the more dubious. People connected through a group chat on Telegram where they discussed the possibility of Cotten being alive. After all, those who had lost their money could only get it back if they could prove that he was indeed alive. After digging into the digital footprints of Cotten, it was discovered that he was not new to the game. He had previously scammed people online through an investment scheme. Therefore, the idea that Gerry Cotten could have faked his death to escape with the money started to become all the more concrete. With a business partner with a shady past and a wife who nobody barely knew of, numerous aspects of Cotten's life raised suspicion. While people tend to be hopeful in trying times, with the Quadrigex scam, the results were not promising in the end. Who were Jennifer Robertson and Michael Patryn? Michael Patryn was the former business partner of Gerry Cotten. People who knew the pair remember them as being two opposite people. Gerry was famous for his tricks and jokes. Michael was not someone who fooled around. Gerry's friends mentioned how he used to often agree with whatever Michael said, and that the power imbalance between the pair was quite visible. When people noticed how money had been transferred to other exchanges abroad, the creditors concluded that there was a larger play at hand. That is when internet sleuths and journalists started digging deep into Michael's past. Michael was convicted of identity theft in the past. He used to be Omar Dinani at that time. Michael and Gerry's friendship partnership dates back to the time when they used to interact on TalkGold, and Gerry used the name Scepter. It is through TalkGold that he was able to set up and run two investment scams. This piece of information helped those who were trying to comprehend the matter realize that Gerry was not as simple as he portrayed himself to be. He was indeed a seasoned player with prior experience. While Michael was an initial suspect, he informed those investigating the case that he had left the company in 2016. But he indicated that he had his doubts regarding Cotten's death, as well as his wife, Jennifer. Jennifer Robertson was on the receiving end of endless criticism. People raised their doubts when she had to announce that she did not have the passwords to the e-wallet. Ex-employees started discussing in the group chat about Jennifer's inappropriate behavior at the funeral. She was having a party instead of mourning the death of her husband. To put the doubts to rest, a journalist from Globe and Mail traveled to India to learn the truth from the hospital where Gerry died. His report confirmed Gerry's death, as the doctor provided him with every necessary detail. Gerry's health had deteriorated significantly in a short period. With the possibility of Gerry's fake death closed, the sleuths now suspected the wife of foul play. They believe she poisoned him, and that was the reason why no autopsy was performed. Gerry's will also indicates that he has left all that he had for his wife. Jennifer's sister expressed how the continuous shaming affected her at that time. She had to be shifted to a safe house to protect herself from public outrage. People connected her with the murder of Michael Forgeron, whereas her ex-husband, surnamed Forgeron, was alive and well. The suspicion took a dark turn when people wanted Jennifer dead. The group was ready to believe anything they could get their hands on. However, why he wrote a will 2 weeks before his death continues to be a mystery. What happened to the $215 million? The most important question in the crypto scam case is, what happened to the money that was supposed to be there? A series of fake accounts were found. One was called Scepter Gerry. Cotten used to credit these fake accounts with fake assets worth hundreds of dollars and thousands of cryptocurrencies. He used to credit the accounts of unsuspecting users with cryptocurrencies that never truly existed. He was the one to respond to their account by crediting them with fake cryptocurrencies. This was when the Ontario Securities Commission was able to comprehend why he was moving assets to other accounts. He used to trade the cryptocurrencies owned by other users on various platforms. He was essentially betting with others' money, hoping to make money in some way or another, but he instead started to lose more than he could earn. He lost approximately $150 million by gambling with the money of others. This gradually led to a Ponzi scheme. When one user wanted their money back, Gerry used to take it from another user and pay them their money. His scheme shattered when people started to leave the Ponzi scheme, that is, everyone wanted to get their money back, and Gerry did not know how to compensate for it any longer. Even though a fraud had taken place, due to the death of Gerry Cotten, no law enforcement action could be taken against him. Trust no one. The hunt for the crypto king does not simply end with the revelation of the truth, it also questions the gullibility of those searching for answers. We do enjoy an elaborate conspiracy theory, something that will make us believe there is a larger picture at play, but often we end up entering a rabbit hole. The fact that the creditors are still looking forward to opening Gerry's casket to verify his death shows how we prefer to live in denial to accepting the truth. The Netflix documentary Trust No One, The Hunt for the Crypto King will quench your thirst if you are searching for another scam tale. The story gets more and more bizarre as it progresses, keeping the audience glued to the screen. The documentary could have been better had it taken the time to explore Gerry's past and the relationship between him and his wife. Nonetheless, the documentary brings forth an important lesson, something from which we can all learn and not get caught in another scammer's den.